Many Americans use marijuana as medicine, and polls show the majority of Americans support legalizing medical marijuana. Here in Colorado, it's not only legal for medicinal purposes, but recreational as well. You could just go to a dispensary like this one and buy it legally. The issue, though, does vary from state to state, and we met a man who knows just how complicated the legal system can be when you cross certain state lines. Army veteran Sean Worsley says marijuana helps treat the wounds that earned him the Purple Heart in Iraq. His job was to clear explosive devices.
Suffered quite a few level 3 concussions and resulting with PTSD and traumatic brain injury.
In Sean's home state of Arizona, marijuana can be prescribed as legal medicine, but that's not the state law everywhere. And Sean told me he knows that firsthand. As
far as how it still impacts me, Chris, we're still feeling the repercussions of it. It affects everything, every aspect of life.
In 2016, Sean and his wife Ebony stopped in Alabama to get gas on a road trip to visit family. They were approached by a police officer.
That was actually one of the first things. Do you have any cannabis in the car? Where's the cannabis? Or where's the marijuana?
Sean had marijuana in his car, legally prescribed by doctors in Arizona.
I had my medical cannabis card. It was put away in the trunk. It wasn't accessible.
While medical marijuana is now legal in Alabama, at the time, it wasn't.
I felt like I was doing the right thing. Evidently, it wasn't.
Sean was charged with possession of marijuana. First given probation, he returned to Arizona, where he says he struggled to afford the thousands of dollars of legal fees and even became homeless. In 2020, an Alabama judge, citing issues like Sean's past criminal charges for marijuana and his failure to meet with his probation officer, revoked Sean's probation and sentenced him to 5 years in prison.
I didn't see how it was possible. I wasn't hurting anybody. I wasn't doing anything wrong.
Sean served less than a year of that sentence. Alabama granted him parole after his story gained national attention.
The first thing was, you're not going to kidnap my husband and my friend and you're not going to just take him and just do anything to him and treat him any kind of way because you don't know him. You have a system that's a one-size-fits-all when it's absolutely not.
Along with his wife, groups like the criminal justice reform organization Alabama Appleseed advocated for his release.
People make gotcha statements like, well, he should have known better. He should have known it was illegal in Alabama. I would ask them how often they check the criminal code before they bring their medicine from one state into another.
The Worsleys believe this issue wouldn't have happened if marijuana was legal at the federal level in a way all states would have to follow.
But when we look at cannabis as a whole, it's still a Schedule I drug, which means that it has no medicinal value and it's in the same level as heroin or LSD.
Shannon Donnelly works in the marijuana industry and teaches college classes about it.
When we're looking at federal cannabis legalization, we're probably looking at maybe a 5 to 10 year process. Some of those things that are going to be thought of is, where can cannabis be sold? What does it look like if a state does not want to have cannabis sold? And then also interstate commerce.
I'm calling on all governors to do the same for state marijuana possession offenses.
In October, President Biden pardoned those with federal marijuana possession convictions. But since most marijuana cases are handled at the state level, it's on governors to decide whom to pardon.
I'm just another vet that's out here trying to live his life.
Meaning Sean, who's now in school studying the power of plants as medicine, will continue to have a felony charge related to his case in Alabama on his record as he tries to move forward. I'm Chris Stewart, reporting.